What's up, Jensen?
What's going on?
I like your shirt.
Oh, thank you. Chef Curry here.
Chef Curry.
So, fun fact. Chef Curry just became the only NBA player in history with 4,000 three-pointers.
4,000?
4,000. Isn't that insane?
He's old.
Rude and ignorant.
I ain't never heard that sound before. What was that? Of all the
That's a
times.
ringtone.
That you have a ringtone?
First of all,
You have a ringtone?
my phone's not on vibrate, and it just rang.
You have a ringtone? Did you download that?
Listen, you remember those days?
It came from your watch, though. Was that your watch or your phone?
Both.
Did they?
But my phone.
That was a ringtone?
My very first ring. Well, it was like whatever the tone is that the phone gives you. You know what I mean?
I haven't heard
Not
that
like
one.
my very first ringtone, which was Soldier by Destiny's Child and Lil
I
Wayne.
think I had that ringtone, too.
It was bomb.
I remember when my brother had the Beyonce Check Up On It ringtone, and it was like the instrumental version, you know. Ooh, boy, you're looking like you like what you see. Won't you come over and check up on it? And he had that ringtone, but it was like, do, 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 do. And I'm like, you know that's Beyonce Check Up On It, right?
See? Those were the days. The bangers.
Those were the days. Ringtones were we used to pay for ringtones.
We used to pay for them.
Like, until we learned how to, like, make them.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Loved ringtones. And I remember I had a different ringtone for every person. Who called me and texted me. You had a phone,
different one.
You had a phone ringtone and a text ringtone. And like you would know. Like every person had a ringtone for every form of communication. It was like OD but like amazing.
Sure was.
Anyways, back on track.
Chef Curry. Only player in NBA history with 4,000 three-pointers.
Amazing. Like, why is he so good?
So good. I mean, he just throws the ball up and it's just almost in every time. Like, that's nuts.
It is a big basketball week.
It really is.
What else is
going from, you got to call him a GOAT, right? Because he's the greatest three-point shooter of all time.
Yes.
So we're going to go on over to the WNBA.
The GOAT.
The
DT
GOAT.
hung it up this week.
Sure did.
I can't even believe it.
It's so sad, but what a career.
What a career.
What a career. All the accolades. I mean, the amount of games she won at UConn. I think a 3-time champion there. How many times did she win in the WNBA?
3.
3 as well. She's like an 11-time All-Star.
2 times finals,
Like,
MVP.
yeah.
She really, I mean, what do they say? Someone wanted to leave the game in a better place than when she entered it.
Yep.
And that's what she did.
And
she
she
really
did.
paved the way
Yeah.
for Caitlin Clark, for Angel Reese, for everyone. Like, she
Everyone.
has made such an impact on women's sports.
Yeah.
And like, oh my gosh, what an amazing, iconic woman.
You remember in high school, on my basketball shoes, I had DT written on those Nikes because that was my idol. She was it.
Role model. Congrats to DT on an amazing career. Like, what did she hit? 22, 21 years? Like, how long was she even in the W?
Yeah, I think so. We might need a fact check from...
Okay, our producer's fact checking, but I've been watching on TikTok, like, the whole Mercury facility. Did you see that on TikTok where she went with her family back to the Mercury facility and she did, like, a press conference? But, like, the whole staff was there, like, greeting her. It was such a moment. Like, everyone was lined up. And, okay, we have confirmation she did 20 years.
Wow.
20 years ago.
That's wild.
How old was I? We don't need to talk about that.
No.
I mean, I'll say it. I was
4.
6. But yeah. All right, DT.
So that's the women's GOAT.
But okay, let's talk about the men's GOAT because LeBron is in the news this week.
What's going on?
Okay, we have some differing opinions on this whole situation, and I have my opinion because I love LeBron. I think he's amazing. You know, we are from Chicago. I know that MJ is the GOAT, but LeBron deserves his flowers, of course, and I think that he gets too much hate. But anyways, so LeBron is beefing with Stephen A. Smith. So Stephen A. Smith, if you don't know, he is like the GOAT of media right now. Like, he just got a major media deal. I think he's $100 million man now. And he has been in the media along with everyone else, honestly, talking about Bronny. So Bronny, who's now on the Lakers with his dad, like, first of all, how cool is that?
That's so cool.
Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, you are on the Lakers with your dad, the greatest player right now in our time. And everyone had these high expectations of Bronny because his dad is LeBron James.
Rightfully so, yeah.
And he didn't come in and perform to everyone's expectations. He's a rookie. He got moved down to the G League. He's doing great in the G League. He's like averaging 21 points in the G League. He's thriving. But in his NBA games, he's not doing so great. So everyone's got an opinion on it. Everyone's saying, Bron put too much pressure on him and whatever, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. He's not doing great. My opinion is he's a rookie. Like, who cares? Like,
right.
Give him a break.
And, like, where is the number 1 or 2 draft pick?
Where are they? Who are they?
You know what I mean? So, like, that's where the pressure should be because you got chosen first, second, third, fifth. You were in that top. So there should be pressure there.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're not and we're focusing on Bronny solely because...
Yeah, it's not fair to Bronny.
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
No.
He got picked, 55th?
Right.
Was
like
it the first
second round, I think.
Second round?
Yeah.
He got picked in the second round. Like, he doesn't deserve this much pressure. But, I mean, whatever. He gets this pressure. But LeBron, as a dad, probably sees that this is taking a serious toll on his son. Like, teammates, coworkers, whatever, that's his child. And as a mother, you stand 10 tones down for your child. And so Bron pulled up on Stephen A. He saw him at a game and, like, pulled up on him and confronted him, like, keep my son's name out of your mouth, like, leave him out of this. Essentially, I guess he was saying he's going too hard, like, just drop it, which I agree with. From a standpoint of a parent, like, if you see that something is taking a toll on your son, and it probably is affecting Bronny's mental health, because Steven did say in an interview that he looked over at Bronny and he just looked so sad. And so that tells me that this is probably taking a toll on Bronny's health. Like, he is getting hammered in the media, and Bron sees his son and defends him. And so I stand with Bron. Some folks say, he's a professional. And then if you remember when LeBron was playing Kevin Garnett as, like, a young player, and he got in a tiff and his mom jumped into it. That's your mother's instinct. If you see your kid, I don't care if you're in the NBA, if you see your kid, like, you jump up.
I think Kevin Durant's mom did the same thing once too.
Yeah,
so, like, that's
but
what
that's
you do.
like a parent thing. And LeBron looked at his mom and was like, "Sit your ass down." Essentially, like, I'm a grown ass man. Like, please don't come to my workplace and, like, stand up for me. And so now people are calling Bron a hypocrite. But, like, you just don't know until you're a parent and you
He didn't know, and I think those circumstances are still a little different. Because, like, he's playing with his child. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, she was in the stands. She didn't do anything wrong. She was there for him.
Yeah.
Wanted to protect him. She did the right thing. But because he's the only one on the court playing, I think that's why he reacted that way.
Yeah. So I stand with Bron. If something is bothering your kid and your kid's being hurt and you see an opportunity, you sometimes just pull up.
And especially, and I think some people are forgetting that, like, Bronny, this is his dream too.
Yeah.
Like, to be in the NBA, to follow his dad's footsteps, but to be able to play with him, no one's ever done that before. To be able to play with your father on the same team. I don't even think in the league at the same time. I don't know if that's ever happened.
I don't
but
think so.
Especially on the same team, like, let him live his life.
And let him enjoy the moment.
Right.
Like, why can't they just enjoy this?
Yeah. Why does he have to go out there and dominate the league just because the back of his jersey says James? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's way too much pressure.
Too much pressure.
Just let him be a Laker with his dad and enjoy that. If this happens to be LeBron's last year, let his son enjoy it with him, Yeah.
Like, just come off of it. Like, I get your media. Just, like, drop it. Like, come on.
I mean, a bigger story for me would be Anthony Bennett when he was the number 1 overall pick and Cleveland picked him.
Who?
Exactly. That's my point. No one knows who Anthony Bennett is because he was the number 1 overall draft pick, did nothing in the NBA. But everybody had microscope on that. Now, just because it's Bronny
Yeah.
and it's LeBron's kid, but we're not even paying attention to the people that were picked first, and I think we should.
Yeah.
Because where are they?
So that's what's happening in the NBA streets this week on my timeline. So Stephen A's tiffing. But speaking of Traitors,
Ooh, a
kinda
good
like a
traitor. That was
traitor.
good.
the Traitors finale,
Oh,
good season comes to an end, and
Such a good
the
season.
faithfuls win.
Faithfuls trummed everything. That was great.
And I must say that so many people were rooting against Danielle, but like I was rooting for Danielle. She was being extra. I thought it was entertaining. Her
was
falling out
entertaining.
on the floor, like grabbing her pearls.
Right.
Like I thought that was hilarious.
Being able to cry like on the spot like that.
She was so bad at this game though. Honestly.
So
But they got her out, and it was by the hands of Brittany.
Yeah. And Danielle put all of her trust into Brittany.
Another bad move. by
Another
Danielle.
bad move. Like you didn't learn on Big Brother
Yeah.
that you couldn't trust her.
Yeah.
And now you're going to do it again, which I thought was wild.
It's a bad move.
Yeah.
Bad.
And it turned
And she
around
did
on
it.
her.
And then Brittany just made it sound like, oh, I thought Dolores was going to vote her
Tried to blame it
out.
on someone else.
Tried to-
Yep. At the round table.
You dirty.
Yep. I feel like Brittany, the entire time, she's a smart game player. She knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
Like, she knew. But she didn't think about afterwards how that would affect her. So maybe she's not that good of a game player as she thought.
All was right in the world because the two traitors, Danielle and Brittany, Danielle got out because new traitor Brittany voted her out. And then now Brittany's the last traitor. Brittany could win it all. She was pulled up to become a traitor at the last hour, and now she
She's
can
been a
win
traitor
it all.
for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and now she's the last traitor. That doesn't sit
That's
right with
wild,
me.
yeah.
But thankfully, in the last episode, the rest of the faithfuls were like, you know what, Brittany, you're shady, and they got her out,
Yes.
and all was right in the world.
All was right.
She tried to save it, trying to like turn it on Dylan.
Yep.
but that didn't
Tried
work.
to. Oh, he's so beautiful, by the way.
He looks a lot like his
Love
brother.
him. I kind of don't see it.
You don't?
I don't.
They look okay. We need a side by side right now because they look so much alike, especially his brother's new face.
Really?
Yeah,
I need a side by side.
yeah.
I need to see that.
So, yeah. What else happened in the season finale?
Well, we also like how hilarious Gabby is.
How did we not realize that?
I don't know how we
She's
had blinders onto
amazing.
that.
She's so funny.
So funny. And watch what happens live, like even better.
They're on a press tour because they just won the game, and she keeps saying that they haven't been paid. And like the way she's saying it, like, I need my money. It was great, but I need my money.
Right.
She pay her. Who?
Right.
NBC? Who is it? They need to be paid.
Right.
Their checks are not clearing. Yeah, she's showing us a side by side. I can't see that.
So from that far, I see the resemblance.
That's the same
But
person.
if you bring it up to me, I'm gonna say no.
It has to be with the new face, though. Get Zach with the new face.
Yes.
So, anywho, she's bringing it. This is live in action.
Wow.
Our producer is bringing the picture.
All right, I need to see this.
Okay, yeah, that's the same person.
No, that's not.
I mean, it's not, but they look alike. They
No.
obviously have the same mom and dad.
I feel like I want to know the old Zac Efron.
You want a side by side with the old face?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how quick she can do that.
Wow. I can see it a little bit more when he was younger.
Yeah. But congratulations to the faithfuls.
Yes.
What a good season.
Great season.
Breakout star of the season, Tom Sandoval.
I'm just glad you didn't say Ivar.
He was so funny.
So funny. And I never thought I would ever say that.
Like, he was so funny. And when he got voted out and was like, yeah, I obviously am the biggest threat.
Yeah.
Like, he believes everything he says.
Believes it.
And it's a treat.
Yep.
So, congrats to everyone.
Yes.
All right. So that is our roundup for today. Thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next episode.
Stay real.